Okay, here we are back again for lead generating number 4. You've got your database up and running. You got your electronic campaigns going really good. You've got your mailing lists going really good. You're working with your referrals. You're working your for sale by owners, and now we're going to start with the expireds. Expireds work very similar to a for sale by owner, except there's a few little differences. Number one, these people are really upset because their agent didn't sell their house. All right, so the first thing that we need to do when we're working with expireds, and you guys need to have this checklist in place. Remember to email me for the checklist. Check your field guide. It should be in there as well. And you need to be using this on a daily basis. These checklists are designed to help you maximize your revenue. So use them. Okay, so number one, we're going to be searching for the expireds. They're actually very easy to find. In fact, my recommendation would be to pick certain cities every day. So maybe Manassas on Monday, Centerville on Tuesday, Woodbridge on Wednesday. And if you did this every single morning, guys, again, listings are key. You need them to be successful in real estate, and this is how you go get them very easily. It's just up to you whether or not you want them. All right, so go log into your MLS, mris.com would be ours, and you want to search for the expired listings. You always want to put a close date, or I should say off-market date. And if you're going to be doing a different city each week, then my recommendation would be for you to do only a week back. Obviously, you don't want to keep pulling the same ones. If you're doing cities like that, now if you're doing a county, I mean, you might get a lot, but if you're breaking it down by city, which is my recommendation because you will be doing door knocking and you can't be driving all over the place in one day. So if you stick with a city a day, then you're going to be door knocking all in the same city, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Financially as well as, common sense, right? Okay, so again, we're going to be searching for expireds. We're going to go into the MLS. We're going to choose the status of expired. We're going to off-market date of less than a week. Or again, if it's been a while since you've done this, you could do it for a whole month. And once you pull those listings, key is to make sure that they have not relisted. Now, in our system, if you look on the right-hand side, it'll say property history. You can click the property history tab, and if the property history tab says active, that means they've relisted with someone else. And if they've relisted with someone else, obviously you cannot contact them. But if you don't see that they've relisted with anyone else, then they're a good opportunity for you because maybe you can help them. Maybe they need your help. They're frustrated with their agent. So again, just a tip. Remember, when you do talk with these people, they're going to be very upset. They're upset. And I always tell them the home didn't sell for one of three reasons. Number one, it could be price, it could be condition, it could be marketing. Now, 99% of the people will tell me marketing. They will tell me that their agent didn't do a good job. So I am quite confident you're going to hear the same thing. So if that's the case, then of course you want to show them your marketing and what you could do differently. I usually, again, knock on the door. The most important thing is to knock on the door and get face-to-face with them, because when you're talking with them, your chances have just gone up dramatically. Sending letters, you're going to hear lots of people tell you to send letters, make phone calls. Honestly, guys, those are not as effective, and I would like your conversion ratio to be much higher and for you guys to be more successful. It takes a lot of... you got to be brave to go knock on that door, but this is all about our business. And I look at it from the perspective of they need my help. They need my help. I don't want them to relist with that agent who didn't end up selling their house. I don't want them to end up listing with someone else who doesn't sell their house. I'm confident I can sell their house. So if that's the case, they need me. So I need to go over there and help them. And if you look at it from that perspective, it's not scary. You're there to offer them assistance. So, they should be happy, really. And if they don't need your assistance, okay, no problem. On to the next, because someone does need my help, and let me find them. Okay? So again, knocking on that door. I always say price, condition, marketing. Why do you think your home didn't sell, Mr. Homeowner, Mrs. Homeowner? Why do you think your home didn't sell? And they're typically going to tell me the same thing. Oh, well, the agent, I always tell them it's either price, condition, or marketing. Which one do you think your home fell under? And they're going to usually tell me, again, I don't think the agent did a good job, the agent this, the agent that. Be there to listen to them. let them vent and complain all they want, because that's the most important thing for them to get it out. And at the same time, you know where not to go wrong. If they're telling you that they called the agent several times, the agent never returned their phone calls, again, you need to make sure that you're being honest, that you know that you're capable of returning phone calls. If you also do not return phone calls, you might want to walk away at this point, because you're going to end up disappointing them, and that would be bad. I always, again, tell them that one of the things that I could offer to them is the maximum home audit. And again, maximum home audit is a program that we have in our system. You'll find it in your field guide. You'll find it on our forum. This is all very helpful to them, so that they can, you can figure out where it is that it went wrong. So again, going through all of those, what's wrong with the property, the maximum home, and they all love it. Everybody loves it. Oh yeah, we'd love a home audit. When can you come over? And I always tell them, is now a good time, or can I come back at another date? That's fine. If they say, I try to schedule for another day. I never like to do it right that minute, only because I need to do some comps and some research first. I typically don't do that prior to going over there, because I never know what kind of situation I'm walking into, and it would be a waste to do a lot of research in advance. Okay, so just to let you know, I typically say, and at the same time, I want to make sure both decision makers are there, or all decision makers are there, because if they're not, then again, it's a waste of time. So I always say to them, is now a good time, or is there another time where I could be here when all of the owners of the property will be here, because I think it's something that they all need to hear. And then they'll typically set up an appointment, which is really, really good. At that point, you want to go back. Send them a handwritten note, and I also like to send them a little packet of Tylenol. I know it's silly. You don't have to do that, but I always like to do it and just say, I'm here to help relieve your headaches. That's what I'm here for. So that's what I like to do. It's silly, but they often laugh, and of course it just strengthens the connection there. I always want to set up neighborhood alerts at that point. So we always get those neighborhood alerts up and running, so that that's part of your electronic follow-up system. And visit again. Obviously, if you didn't get an appointment the first time, go back. Go back and try to get another appointment. Your job is, again, to make further connection with them. Hey, how's it going? Did you guys decide what you wanted to do? I brought some more information, like a CMA, or something else useful that will help them sell their home. It's very important. Phone call, phone call, phone call, visit, visit, visit. Do not stop until the property is relisted. Again, before you leave your house, check to make sure it hasn't relisted yet, because if it has, you will be stepping over our agency lines and our ethical guidelines if you approach those sellers. So please don't do that. But again, remember, these expireds are here. Use the checklist so you don't forget. If you can add them to your Facebook page, great. I don't typically add them to my Facebook page that early. I like to wait until they've listed with me, and then I would add them to my Facebook account. But I don't do so before then. So again, you want to go to your then sphere after you've signed them up. But in the meantime, use this checklist to make sure that everything's getting done and that you've got them on all your plans. And definitely add them to your newsletter list, guys. Very important. Okay, well, that's it for the expireds, and we've got a few more to discuss, so we'll talk to you then. And until then, get this system up and running, practice it, get it as part of your daily schedule so that you can maximize your profits. Thanks so much, guys, and best of luck, and you know where to find me if you need me.